Tube episode number 38. My name is Liz, my company is Hello from Liz Matthews, and I am excited to spend a small bit of New Year's Eve 2020 with you. I didn't think I'd be back so soon, but there were just so many things that I wanted to share with you and talk to you about that I thought, let's make a floss tube today. Let's just do it. It's so nice to connect with you and to celebrate the closing of a crazy year. I have to say that despite being filled with a lot of negativity, this year has also been one of the best years of my life. Truly, to launch my business, to connect with you, to find joy in little things that I had forgotten has been a gift. And I'm welcoming 2021 in with open arms, but I reflect on this past year very happily and very thankfully. So I hope that you guys are doing well and you're able to find the good in this past year as well. Christmas has come and gone. That doesn't seem possible, but it was really nice for us. Very low-key, slow-paced, kind of spread out for, you know, for safety reasons. We didn't have a big Christmas get-together. We kind of spaced things out. Christmas Eve, Joe and I went to spend the day with Mare. On Christmas Day, we saw my mom and then went to Joe's family, which is very small. As I said before, it's his parents and his sister and her husband and their son and us. So we all ate in separate rooms and we were very safe, but it was nice to connect and spend time and catch up and smile and laugh with our family. Then on the following day, the 26th, Joe and I got to see my dad to celebrate Christmas with him, followed by a day with my mom because it was her birthday on the 27th. So it has been very busy, and I am reminded of why for nearly the past decade I have slept my way through the ball drop of the new year because I'm tired. I think we're all tired. This year has been particularly tiring. So I have no doubt that by the time midnight strikes and we welcome in 2021, I will be fast asleep in my bed very happily, cozily and happily. Cozily. You know what I mean, right? But yes, it was a good Christmas. I figured this was my last opportunity to film in front of my holiday decor, except that's probably not true because I am not a take it down kind of girl. I'm a leave it up until it's ridiculous kind of girl. So this will probably be up until at least the end of January, maybe even the early part of February, but that's okay. It's a lot of work to put up, so I enjoy it as long as I can, and it really does make me happy. I might switch things out to be less Christmassy, although I'm not a very Christmassy decorator. It all kind of has a winter theme to it. But thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for all of your messages and kindness regarding our home tour, which we posted on the second part of Floss Tube episode number 37. Joe helped me film it. We have a lot to learn, a long way to go, but it was really fun, and it was nice to share my home with all of you in your homes and connect that way. But you guys were so very kind, and I appreciate it so much. I look forward to sharing more spaces in our home with you in the future. Okay, I feel like I have a lot to say. This might be a bit of a long video, so grab your stitching, grab your cup of something, and let's dive in, shall we? I want to start with some mail that I received just as we kind of close out the Christmas section of this video. I did make it to my post office, to my P.O. box, and gathered a few pieces of mail that were waiting there for me, and then I also got a couple pieces delivered to my home. But this is a card, a Christmas card from my friend Suzanne. She is local, so she dropped this off because it's dimensional and wouldn't go in the mail. But look how gorgeous that is, Suzanne. This is so pretty. Thank you so much. I also got a postcard from Diana at It Is Kismet. It Is Kismet Stitches. I will link her below, but thank you for thinking of me, Diana. I hope that you had a fabulous birthday. And I also received a card from Olivia at Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. I was so excited when I saw her Gust, family logo on the back of the envelope, and I was touched that she thought of me this holiday season and sent some love my way. And lastly, I have a card from Janae, who is also a floss tuber that I will link below. This card, you guys, look, oops, there goes my pen. Look how beautiful this is. This is a Rifle Paper Company card, and I don't know if Janae knows, I don't know if anybody really knows how much I love Rifle Paper Company, but this card is going to stay on my bulletin board year round because there's something about their color palettes, their subject matter, I love it. So thank you so much, Janae, again, for thinking of me this holiday season and sending some love my way. That brings me to some shop updates as we are chatting about mail. As I said, I finally made my way to the post office because it felt safer now that the crowds were gone, and I got my P.O. box haul there. But regarding packages that I have shipped this holiday season, the Maryland Metropolitan Post Offices still seem terribly times 10 behind. So I have a group of orders that I shipped out on December 10th that have yet to be scanned into the system, which is, it's ridiculous, but I understand why it's happening. I totally get it, and I appreciate everybody's patience if you are one of those people waiting for your package to arrive or even enter the system. But that being said, my shop is still closed for physical orders. You can only get PDF copies of my patterns right now. I will be switching it back to its old availability as soon as I see the post offices have caught up and things are getting to their recipients in a timely manner. If you do want to order physical copies of charts from my shop, please just let me know. We can have a conversation, and as long as you're willing to wait, because unfortunately that's what you'll have to do at this point, while things are just taking their sweet time getting to you, I'm happy to ship them. So anyway, reach out to me. All of my contact information is going to be in the description box below. You just drop that little box down, and there's lots of pertinent information down there. Hopefully everything that you need is found, and if not, shoot me a message. I will be happy to fill you in. That is my news, my shop update for you. I did get a new ring light tripod for Christmas from my in-laws. It's very bright. If you see me needing to adjust it or looking away, it's very bright and illuminating, which is a good thing, but it's an adjustment for sure, and we will figure it out together. All right. Holiday recap, check. Where am I going from here? I acted like I knew, and I don't. Okay, let's get into whips, because I have whips again. Who am I? I don't even know. First of all, we need to talk about this. Mainly, why I still have this whip. This is actually a UFO, unfinished object, is that right? I don't know. This is a finished Prairie Schooler Santa that I stitched for Mare to gift her this holiday season. And yes, you heard me right when I said I've already seen Mare this holiday season. Somehow, after I showed you this finished piece in my last floss tube, I put it away, I zipped it up, and it was gone from my mind. Not to be remembered again until we were sitting in Mare's living room, and I was like, light bulb. I completely forgot to finish it and to gift it to her this year. Completely out of my mind. I guess the good part of that, if there is a good part, the twist in that story is that Mare started watching my floss tube videos and following, well, she follows me on Instagram, but she has seen that Santa on my floss tube videos, and I kind of, called her out and told her not to look, but it turns out she did, and it's a good thing because that's how she got to see her Christmas present this year, because it certainly wasn't gifted to her. I'm so sorry, Mare. It is coming. The next time I see you, you will have your Santa. Just consider it an extended Christmas season. Oops. I have two more whips for you that I'm going to share with you. This is a whip that I talked about this morning on my Instagram. If you would like to follow me, my handle is Hello from Liz Matthews, and it's where you will hear the most from me. You'll get the quickest response, and you know, I'm most active on Instagram. And this morning I talked about how I woke up before dawn and designed a new freebie. That is right, I designed a new freebie and I started stitching it today. Now I am not going to be giving you a ton of information right now, but I am happy to show you this little progress that I made this morning as I drank my coffee and reflected on the year that has passed. And I am stitching this using 36 count dove linen from Weeks Dye Works, and this lovely overdyed red thread is a Wildflowers by Caron thread in the colorway Redwood. Here's that card. I don't know if you're familiar with it. See, I gotta learn this glare situation. I don't know if you're familiar with this thread, and we'll talk about it when I complete my freebie. We have a lot to talk about regarding that freebie. But look how beautiful this thread is. I love how matte it is, how thick it is, and the variegation in the dyeing. So this is a new product for me, and I'm really, really liking it. It's definitely suited to lower count fabrics, like a 32 would have worked great with this as well, but I really wanted to use this dove linen for reasons to be explained later. But you can see the variegation showing up really well, and I love the color palette. So that is my current whip. I believe I used a 26 needle. That was one thing that I wanted to point out, is I had to change my needle size for this thick thread. And I thought that the label would say pearl cotton or something of the sort, but it didn't. It just says cotton, and that you can use this thread for needlepoint, for cross stitch, or for hardanger. So far I'm really loving it, and I think that I will use that thread again in the future. So that's whip number one, the piece that I cannot wait to pull out and stitch on tonight. We are having a very casual day, night. Joe's gonna grill some fillets for us. We have a bottle of champagne chilling. As I said, I will be asleep by 10:30. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be wild and great. My second whip for you is something that I have shared my progress on in the past. It is a future release for March, and I don't typically share this much of a work in progress to be released, but what the heck. It's New Year's Eve, and I ironed it for you, so we're sharing it. Yes, I ironed it. Here it is. You guys have seen me working on this through Instagram posts that I have shared, and I think I've been working on this for just my most previous floss tube video. But this is something to come. It is not currently released, and it is being stitched on 40 count cottage stone from Color and Cotton using needlepoint silk thread. So it's been very, very fun, and I look forward to getting back to this. You can see I did start this going the wrong direction originally over here, and I said that I will eventually have to frog that out, but that time has not come yet. It might never come. This might be permanently framed with a little piece of stitching right over the seam. Who knows? If I don't have to, I'm not gonna. But that's my whip, and you will see more pictures of that in my feed as I continue to get closer to a finish on that piece. But those are my whips. I love having whips to share with you guys. I really, really, really do. So check that off my list here. That brings us to, I have a lot of kind of random things. I hope you're cool with that. I thought we could just, you know, chit chat a little bit. I have haul, I have some stitchy Christmas gifts that I received, and I have some information about what I've been reading and watching that I just wanted to share with you, friend to friend. I hope you're cool with that. You can feel free to skip past that section when I get to it. I'll give you a heads up, but I just wanted to spend some time with you and chat today. So let's start with my haul. What do you think about that? And then we'll get to the weirder sections later as we go. But I made one online purchase and I went to my LNS yesterday. Let's start with my online purchase. It is, and I can't even believe I'm sharing this with you or sharing the information or the suggestion, but I purchased Springfield 1817 sampler from Twin Peaks Primitives. If you watch Just Keep Stitching, you know why I purchased this. Not only is it a beautiful sampler, but this purchase is also your entry to possibly win a trip to Dutch Mania with Pam, Steph, and the Twin Peaks Primitive twins. And I'm a traveler, travel lover. I would love to be able to go on that trip with everybody and to connect with the twins over in the Netherlands. So I had to throw my name in the hat. Fingers and toes are crossed. If you want to know more about this, because I shouldn't even be saying anything anyway, you're my competition, go give Just Keep Stitching a watch and they will tell you all of the details about this. But travel is probably one of the things I miss the most, aside from hugging my parents this year, and what a trip that would be. Okay, no more. You can go figure that out for yourself. Which brings me to my haul from the Stitching Post. Joe and I have been self-isolating for, I think we did it for 10 days before Christmas. We saw our families and we're back to staying in, which is fine by me. I'm a little homebody hermit happy girl, so I'm good. But when you find out that your LNS, my LNS is the Stitching Post in Catonsville, Maryland, has their annual 25% off sale, you take an excursion. You do, you go, especially when you are in need of a massive piece of linen and you can get it for 25% off. So let me show you what I got at the Stitching Post yesterday. I gotta do some rearranging here. I'm sorry if you wobble. Okay, let's start with that linen that I was telling you about. I have a piece designed for March. It will be a release that comes out in March with my next set of patterns, and it's big. It's big. It's big. Do you want to see how big? Oh no, no. Double that. This is a fat half of linen and I need all of it for this design. This piece that I will be working on has about a 2-inch margin on all sides, and it fills this entire fat half. So needless to say, I did not want to miss the opportunity to pick it out in person and to chat with the staff at the Stitching Post because they're always so helpful, and also get that sale. So because this is such a big piece of linen, I wanted to select something that was easy and readily available for you guys should you want to stitch this piece yourself. So what did I go with, you ask? It is a 32 count Lambswool linen from Wicelt. So they assured me that this is easy to get, there won't be a long wait for it, and I said, wrap it up. Wrap up a fat half for me. So this is what it looks like. Let me fold this up so you can see me, because I have some questions for you. There's a lot of new things for me wrapped up in this linen. Well, I've never stitched anything so large. It's like blanket size. It's not a blanket, don't worry, but it's like blanket size. 32, I have stitched on 32 count, but it will be bigger than I am used to. But most quizzical to me what's the word? The thing I need help with, the thing I need your advice, your suggestions, your expertise, and your knowledge with is the fact that this is a Wicelt linen. Is this even weave? That's not my question. But is this even weave? I have a lot to learn when it comes to linen. My question is, this is very clearly like, it's a fraying type of linen. It seems to fray on the edges easily. And because I need nearly this whole piece, like the margins are already tight, I'm very worried that this continues to fray and take away from my margins. I don't have access or a serger to seal the edges. So my question to you is, are there tricks or things that you can do to protect the edges from continual fraying while stitching? My first guess was to put masking tape over the edge. I'm fearful of when I pull that off. I do have a sewing machine, so I could run a stitch down the edges. Will that work? I don't know, but I know that you guys know what to do, and hopefully you can give me some suggestions and pointers on that, because that's a big fear of mine, because this is a massive piece. So anyway, that was the linen that I got yesterday. I got a few more things. Let me show you. In addition to the red thread that I was stitching that freebie with, I also got a Caron cotton thread in the colorway Indigo. So pretty. Okay, this light is working out well for this. Look at that over-dyed color variation. Did I just say this is called Indigo? It's Indigo. So I'm not sure how or where I will use this, but I had to have it. And then, aside from the linen, the main reason I went to my LNS was in hopes that they would have one of these needle holder cards. This is something that my friend Suzanne told me about, Suzanne who made me the card, and described to me, and I thought, I need something like that. And what you're looking at, if you're not familiar with it, is a cardboard strip that has a magnet on it, and the magnets hold your pre-threaded needles. So in the case of that sampler that I'm working on now, there's a lot of color changes, and I am finding it quite annoying. So I thought, I need to get this so I could just keep my needles threaded, just switch as I go, and make life easier. So I'm not sure if you can see it. Maybe this is the downside of that ring light. But on this white cardstock, I wrote the symbols and the thread color there, so it's really easy to just grab and go. Wow, that is a loose needle just floating on that magnet. I feel like that is a dangerous game I am playing and could possibly not end well. Okay, I'm gonna be very careful with that. There are some design flaws with this card that I can think of, which led me to this next purchase, which is just a piece of white felt. Nothing fancy, except for that the back side is all one big sticker. There's a piece of paper on here that I can peel off, and the whole back is adhesive. And I thought that maybe I could make my own version of this, because I was being cheap. I didn't want to spend like $4 on this, and I thought I could make my own, but I decided to splurge and go with both. And in my overthinking of this purchase, what I might do is my own version on the felt. So stay tuned. I'm talking way too much about this now, I'm sorry. But I might try to make my own version of this needle holder card in felt. I don't know. Stay tuned. I know it's very exciting. You'll be waiting with bated breath, because I don't like that this is kind of gonna get, I don't know, when I erase on it, this cardstock's gonna start to look icky. I hear myself, I know, like, big problems, big problems. So I'll let you know how that goes. But no matter what, I'm super excited to be able to switch my colors quick and easily without rethreading my needle. Okay, I'm putting that card somewhere very safe. And that was my haul for the past couple weeks. Not bad, right? Not bad. And that leaves me with some Christmas gifts that I received that are stitching business related that I hope you don't mind me sharing with you. I always really love watching people's Christmas hauls or their gift recap, and I hope that you like seeing mine. I'm in no way trying to be showy or anything like that. I just like seeing it and thought you might like it too. So I want to share with you some of those gifts. And then I have my like unusual share section, which is not unusual, it's books and magazines, but whatever. Okay, so in my stocking stuffer, stuffed in my stocking, I got all of these nailless sawtooth picture hangers from my mom for all of the framing that I do. She assured me that these are really good because you don't need a little tiny nail or screw, and you can hammer these right into the back of your frame. So I'm very excited to have those. And then Mare, unbeknownst to me, found her way to the Thread Gatherer's Etsy shop. Now, I'm familiar with Cece's company, The Thread Gatherer, because I use her beautiful overdyed silks. We've talked about it on here before. Her products are gorgeous. I love, love, love her silks. But Mare picked out things that I had never tried before, like the Thread Gatherer's version of Stitcher's lotions. Mare got me a lavender scented bottle and also a cranberry orange scented bottle. This is the one I prefer, but you guys, if your hands are like mine, you will welcome any sort of lotion this year. Between all of the washing and the sanitizing that I've been doing, my hands really need this. And I've really, really been enjoying these lotions. So they are, I'm not sure if the Thread Gatherer makes these, but she sells them in her shop, as I said, and the company is May Their Earth, which I believe is supposed to be similar to Mother Earth. So these were a hit. If you are checking out of the Thread Gatherer shop, add them to your cart. You'll be happy you did. And then in addition to the Stitcher's lotions Mare got me, she also got me a whole collection of Beeswax Waxers, I think they're called. Now, I am not a thread or a waxer. I don't even know what the right term is, but these smell amazing. They are so gorgeous, and I can't wait to use them in some of my photos, some of my flat lay photos, and I just think they're so beautiful. They are made of pure beeswax, so they smell amazing, and they all are, they have like a historical look to them. I want to say they're almost like antique molds that she found and used to pour the beeswax. Look at that cornucopia. So there's even more than I'm showing you now. These are just my favorite, but they're so pretty and so aromatic, and I just love this. Like, it feels like a bit of history, you know? Everything that we do related to needlework feels like a bit of history because people have been working this craft for so long, but I just love these. That was a little random tangent for you. Hope you don't mind. Okay. Then you guys have heard me talk about my friend Carmen. It's my mom's friend Carmen, who I met 20 years ago, and I saw her again at market. Carmen is so talented, so kind, and I look forward to visiting with her again soon. But she sent Mom and I matching presents. Are you ready for this? Look at these. Look at these oversized hand knit wool slippers. How fabulous are these? Along with the slippers themselves, Mom and I each got instructions on what to do with these because these are big. These are way big for our feet. But what you do is you felt these wool slippers yourself by washing and drying them in your washing machine and dryer, and custom fitting them to your foot as they dry, which I think is just the coolest idea. I was so touched by this gift and knew I wanted to share it with you guys because there's so many knitters on here. I thought you would love it too. So Mom and I are gonna get together. Hers are red and felt our slippers when we're together, and then we'll just have these custom made to our feet slippers. I just think it's so fun. Thank you so much, Carmen. That was such a thoughtful gift, and I hope that you and I have inspired other people to gift this because it is just such a fun thing to receive, and I appreciate it so much. Okay, a few more things. Again, I hope you don't mind me sharing these with you. Look at this. If you are a planner, a organizer like me, an office supply lover, then you will also appreciate and love this product. How fun is that? I don't know where my mom found it, but she gifted this to me. It's so fun. I was getting ready to take it apart and use these Sharpie markers, of which there are both fine and regular Sharpies in here. But I wanted to show you first before I disassembled it because it's so fun. I have no idea where she got it, but I'm sure that you could search and find it, and you didn't see that, right? And I wanted to share that with you. Okay. This is so funny. You guys have heard me talk about stickers all year long and the sticker books that I found and how I'm hoarding sticker books, and I shared with you that I got a brand new, like a new product, and was gifting it to my friend Annie this year for Christmas. It is the Botanist sticker book, and this book is all floral motifs. Like, oh, it's so good. Well, I bought a copy for Annie and gave it to her for Christmas, and Annie bought a copy for me and gifted it to me for Christmas, unbeknownst to each other. So I have another copy of this book, and I just share this with you today in case you are a sticker lover too. This is a good one. I think I said run, don't walk. Get this from Amazon. It's so good and hilarious that my BFF gifted me the exact same thing I gifted her. I also was the appreciative recipient of a Rifle Paper Company agenda book for the new year. This is right up my alley. I am filling it in, using it, loving it already. Not only have I already talked to you enough today about my love for Rifle Paper Company prints, but my office supply loving heart is really enjoying this. So making all the plans, making sure that 2021 is going to be my best year yet. And I have one more gift that kind of pertains to us needle worker, fiber lover folks that we are, and it is the Feed Sacks book that I saw pop up earlier this year and have been very curious about. My knowledge of the feed sacks and what was done with them in the past is kind of limited to this fact. I believe it was around the Great Depression. Again, I don't know for sure. I will learn. But there was a time in American history when people didn't have a lot of money and they were using feed sacks, fabric feed sacks that were used to deliver flour, corn, wheat, all the things, to sew into clothes. You used everything you had in that time period. And when the feed companies realized that, they started making the feed sacks with decorative and attractive fabrics so that housewives, I'm assuming it's housewives, could use that fabric to create clothes and other things for the home. Like you see here, this is an image of that cotton fabric with the Feed logo printed right on it. So I'm excited to learn more about this, to see the products that were made using the Feed sack fabric. But what an interesting part of our history, and you know, it just keeps it in the fiber fabric world. And I've seen this book around, again, as I said, this year, but I have been very curious because it's not it's $30. And that's just not something that I would buy on a whim. So I was very happy to put it on my Christmas list, you know, full of things you wouldn't buy for yourself, and get it this year. But I just wanted to do a very quick, like this, flip through for you in case it was something that you were interested in buying too. This book is better than I expected, and I can't wait to sit down and read it. It's hefty, it's chunky, there's a lot of inspiration and a lot of history in there, and if you were on the fence, I say do it. So those were my needlework, crafty related gifts that I wanted to share today, and I will round this video out. You know, we have to go celebrate at home, celebrate the new year, but I want to round it out with a couple books, recommendations that I have for you, because I have been reading and really enjoying reading lately. This is the book I just finished. It's called The Velvet Hours by Alison, Richmond, and it was very, very good. It has the same subject matter as A Paris Apartment, which is probably my most favorite book I've ever read. Don't mind Joe, he's just sneaking down the stairs. This is my favorite book I've ever read, and it has to do with an apartment in Paris that was locked up for like 70 years. And when people finally got into it, it had been completely untouched and had all of these treasures inside. And I just loved this book. This had the same subject matter by another author, so those are two good recommendations I have for you. And I am currently reading something very good as well. It is The Two Lives of Lydia Bird by Josie Silver. Josie Silver is an English writer who authored the book One Day in December, which I read last year, so I tend to like to stick with the same author or the same subject matter. So far this is a hit. I will keep you posted on it, but I've just been getting great joy out of reading at night, winding down. You know, if I'm not watching Schitt's Creek, then I like to read. So I just wanted to share those finds with you in case you're looking for a good book yourself. So with that, I'm gonna let you go. I hope that you have a very safe, very happy close to the year. Let's welcome 2021 in, be grateful for 2020, and I will be back on December 6th. No, that's not right. I will be back on January 6th with my next FlossTube video. My newsletter will also go out on January 6th. And if you're interested in that freebie I shared, I hope that you sign up for my newsletter. I'm a natural winker, no? So I will leave all of the information to sign up for that newsletter below in the drop-down box. I hope you do so. And until next year, you guys, be well and stitch on.